gentlemen, PvP skills here with you with another video of Dark Souls 2 PvP. Now this video is gonna be about top 10 tips for PvP, to get you to improve and get better and all that. So yeah, let's start with tip number 1. Now you should know your equipment and how it corresponds to your soul level. Now this is very vital because it's either you're a meta player or you're just playing casually, want to level up. No, so you should plan accordingly. So if you're a meta, if you're following a meta which is like 150 soul level, you should plan accordingly and know what equipment you're gonna use to have the most effective outcome out of it. So least input, least most output. This is known in everything in the world. So yeah, let's go to tip number 2. Now you should know your equip load. That is very, very important. This is one of the top tips I can give, which you should know, but I hope this will help you out. Now usually equip load is there's a percentage in the lower right when you're equipping your weapons and armor. So yeah, you have up to 70%. Over up to 70% you'll fast roll, and above that you will fat roll, which nobody wants. There's no advantage for having that. Dark Souls 1 was the same, and now it's the same. There's no poise boost, there's nothing like that. So going fat rolling is just a disadvantage all the way. No advantage. In my opinion, there's no advantage for fat rolling. Now my favorite equip load is below 30%. Now it works, how does equip load work in conjunction with stamina? Is every 10% less in increments of less than 70%, you'll have more stamina regeneration and further roll, which is very good. Now some people can argue that the shorter roll is better because you can roll backstab easier. But in my opinion, the stamina regeneration is just too good to pass, too good. Now I know that having less than 30% is very difficult, especially in low soul level. But from now I'm gonna call soul level SL, so you should know. So we make that faster and easier for all of us. So yeah, if you can't go below 30, try to go below 42. I don't know, I noticed that if you go 41, 42, and 40 is the same. It's not 40, I don't know, it's just different in this case. Because I tested it out, and yeah, I can confirm that 42% is the same as 40. So yeah, I won't go over that unless I'm doing a meta with a cosplay 150 soul level, which you have to do that. Also, for the second tip, agility. You should know agility. For me, it's always above 105. Whatever the case, it has to be over 105 when you want a PvP. You don't want to get hit while rolling. Rolling is one of the most advanced techniques, so it's very, very important to know that. Now, for the third tip, ring selection and ring swap. Now, this is also, everybody knows, 4 rings is just, you have to use them as efficient as possible. Now the top rings that you can see, that you can find people using, and in good reason, is Third Dragon Ring and the Royal Soldier Ring +2, and Chloranthy Ring +2, and also Blue Clearstone +2, and Ring of Blades +2. Now there's of course many other rings, and you can use whatever combination you want, whatever suits your build, soul level, soul memory, all that. But you should always make it mix. You should always match it with your build. So for example, you're going heavy armor, use Royal Soldier Ring. Why not? You should increase your load. That's logic. You don't want to be fat rolling, so you should use it. You're using only melee build, Ring of Blades +2 is vital. Why pass on +50 attack rating? That's very important, especially to critical attacks. It makes way big difference in my experience. Now as for ring swap, for me, when I get low health, I always switch to a red tier stone ring or a blue tier stone ring. You can do that. But yeah, this is like it's a game changer. Doing 20% more damage can, especially on criticals, it can change the game. So yeah, usually I clean up my inventory for the rings and put the rings that I only need, nothing more. Now, tip number 4. You should know your weapon by heart. Like you should, first of all, try as much as you can maximize the gains of the weapon. For example, it's a dexterity weapon, you should increase dexterity as much as you can. You're a mage build that you want to incorporate this weapon, but you can't put the stats into it. You should go to the stats requirements exactly that is needed, and then infusing it with a, for example, in magic or poison, whatever the case, and then buff it with the same kind of buff. For example, if I infuse my weapon lightning, I will buff it with sunlight blade. So it makes sense because it buffs the lightning damage. You never want you don't want a 3 type of damage in your weapon. It's not good. So yeah, you should know also your weapon moveset, like by heart. Like you should know the rolling R1, R2, normal R1, backstep to an R1, two-handed, one-handed, all that. You should know it by heart. And also, I always usually run with 2 weapons, like, or at least if I have 1 weapon, I'll have other weapons to switch in between battle from the start menu. Which, by the way, you should get used to going in and out of that menu. It's very, very critical. Like if your opponent, for example, you have a Macedon halberd, and the opponent sees the Macedon halberd, and he'll know the move set and he'll know how to punish it. However, when you change it, for example, to a katana, or let's say a strength weapon like a Mastodon greatsword, it will take them by surprise, and you have to push them to change their style. So yeah, it's like a mind game. You should play this game all the time. And also critical damage. Like you should know the critical damage of your weapon. So for example, you're playing with a straight sword. You should know that it won't do a lot of critical damage. So you either have a second weapon which has a lot of critical damage, which usually is, everybody knows that, a dagger. And it used to be, the meta used to be Shadow Dagger or Mundane Shadow Dagger or Mundane Dagger, but now it's the Mundane Bandit Knife. Well, yeah, it's very important. But also, when I'm in strength build, for example, I'll switch, for example, from Mastodon to Great Sword to a Great Warrior Club when I parry, for example. So yeah, I hope that helps you out. Now for tip number 5. Spells and healing. Now in PvP you can't heal. If you're not the host, you can't heal. There's no other way to heal other than spells. And yeah, the best spells you can use is Great Heal Excerpt, or whatever it's called, and Great Heal and Warmth. Warmth is my favorite. Also Great Heal is very good. If you have the spices, if you can spice it down to 10 faith, 10 intelligence, or 10 faith only, with what's it called, Priest Chime, I think, the lowest chime required to use. So yeah, you need that. You never know what happens. Maybe you get ganked. Honor won't matter at this time. You need to heal. Because the other guy will heal with other 2 people. Trust me, especially on high soul number. And I'm talking that about with more than 500 hours experience. And always the spells have to be, that has to complement your build. That's also very, very important. Like, for example, if you're intelligence build, you're not gonna run, for example, the sunlight spear. So yeah, or sunlight sword. But yeah, you have to mix and match, and also try to find a combo. One of my favorite for intelligence build is, for example, Crystal Soul Mass, whatever it's called, the one with the 5 crystals around you, and then Crystal Soul Spear, or into Great Combustion after a roll. There's many combos that you can use. Make use of it. Don't try to spam. Spamming is very predictable and will get you punished, unless of course it's a 3 versus 1 situation. And now I hate Crystal Soul Spear. It's just too too many people using it, too many, like 3 spamming it all the time. That's very annoying, and it does a ton of damage. Also, now let's go to tip number 6. You should always incorporate, not always, especially it depends on your build, but you should try to always incorporate pairing in your build, and try to train with a friend to know the timings, or check YouTube or another guides to know how to pairing times and pairing shields. Now my favorite weapon to my favorite tool to pair with is small shields that doesn't the small shields with normal pairing time. So this excludes the target shield and buckler. I'm saying like the Luenil shield, a small leather shield. This is my favorite, but you can incorporate whatever you want, especially now that they buffed the curved swords with the pairing time. Yeah, you can use that, but also you have to use it wisely. Spamming it is just gonna get you killed. Like it's very easy to punish a pairing spammer. Like jumping attack. Don't attack as soon as you go in range. Wait for a bit. This will help you out. You'll become unpredictable. You always have to be unpredictable in your gameplay. Always, always. Now, also you have to know. Uh, you have to also incorporate backstabs every chance you have, especially in random invasions. I'm not talking about duels. It's not nice to backstab fish. I hate that. Like I see many people with a great shield and a dagger, and all they try to do is backstab you, and that is boring. Like I'm telling you, it's boring and it's punishable, and it's just not a nice playstyle. So I don't recommend that. So yeah, you should incorporate backstab, especially with a heavy weapon. It's very easy to punish, but watch out, there are some good people that will try to bait you for an attack. So yes, let's go to tip number 7. Know your soul memory. Now this is also very important, especially the highest bracket used to be pre-patch 15 million souls plus. Now it's 45 million, 45 million souls plus. So you should know, for example, if you're over 45 million soul memory, like being 150. I know it's a meta, but being 150 will put you in a disadvantage in general. Like I've seen a lot of over level players, especially on PlayStation 3. There's a lot of make mules, so they'll be like level 838, and like even if you're very skilled, it's just very difficult to kill. And usually they will heal. In my experience, these tryhards will heal. So you should know your soul memory, and also you have to match your vigor. So if you're going low soul memory, vigor doesn't matter that much. But if you're gonna go like high, over 15 million plus, I always recommend 50 vigor. Always. Like above 50, you won't gain anything. The diminishing returns is just too much. But 50 is a must. Like it's like Dark Souls 1. Dark Souls 1 was also like that. I usually we used to go 40. But in this game, I'll go 50, even in the 120 build. It's very, very important. And go just raw weapon in this case. Now, tip number 8. Identify your enemy style. I just can't stress that enough. When you see a person, you should first thing you do, know their weapon, know how the weapon's moveset, what equipment is he holding, and what armor is he wearing. So if he's heavy poise, you should two-hand more because you can stun him. Because usually especially after patch, now that we don't know how poise works exactly because they changed it, you should two-hand. Two-hand usually stuns much better than one-hand. And for example, you see a chime, okay, expect sunlight spears, expect lightning bolt, expect wrath of the gods. You see a dark chime or whatever, Sita's chime or whatever that was called chime of want, yeah, expect great resonant soul. Know how to act. You see a staff, expect a great sword, soul great sword, or expect soul spear. And usually I love one of my favorite spells is a profound still, because I just hate magic in general, and there's so many spammers, like they even don't even carry a weapon. So yeah, but play whatever style suits you, but always identify your enemy's style. Does he roll a lot? Doesn't he roll a lot? Is he fat roll or is he fast roller? Is he aggressive? Is he defensive? Does he have a great shield which makes him defensive? Does he have a monastery scimitar which makes him a parrier? You have to watch out for that. So yeah, you have to know this stuff, and all this comes with time, of course. Like if you're a beginner or a novice, with time you will learn that, and you should know the move sets and what weapons do and stuff like that. Okay, let's carry on to tip number 9. Play dangerously, take risks, and try to improve and train with friends. Now, let me stress this point. Playing dangerously and take risk is very. If you want to get better, if you want to get pro, if you want to go kill 3 gankers, you want to kill a tryhard who heals every second. This is the way to go. You should play dangerously to improve. You have to take risks. You have to go to the pair when you have 1 health. You should try that out. Playing very defensively will never make you learn. And ganking all the time also for, like, I don't blame new players when they gank. But this will never let you improve. You should take risks. You should experiment with your builds to try to make them as efficient as possible and learn from your mistakes. And also trying to improve. Always when you play, you should aim for trying to improve. You can't reach a threshold, in my opinion. Like, the more you play, you get better. But if you play defensively, as I said, ganking, you won't improve. You have to take risks. C3, when you see 3 versus 1, don't cower out and crystal soul, and then just leave or just escape, or use your surroundings, your environment. Use your environment to take an advantage. If you die, there's nothing to lose. There's no, this is not a competition. There's no money for it. Like, I've seen many people that cowered out or just leave or just kill themselves. Like, if you want to improve, you have to take these risks. And training with friends is very important. First of all, it's very fun. Why do we all play? It's super fun playing with friends. Try hard element goes all out of the window, which we all want. Like, I really wish everybody takes that try hard. Like, everybody wants to win, but not everybody, you know. Some people just want to have some fun. Playing with friends, like, you'll train with your parrying times, backstabs, train with your weapon. This is all very useful. Like, nobody is a parrying god unless he trained with his friends and take risks and reap the rewards after that. And lastly, for the 10th tip, play positively. Come on, man, play positively. Don't play negative. Chill out. This is just a game. Some people take this game way too serious. Like, they will send you hate messages. They will hate messages and take it very seriously. Send messages like accusing you of hacking just for losing. Just go in. If you die, it's normal. Just go to another game. Just try out the next one. You'll improve with time. Don't worry. Like, this is a key point. Play positively. Even if you see all the odds are against you, don't worry. Play. You will, in the end, reap the rewards. I promise you that. And I hope this video helped you out. PvP skills out. See you on my next video. Bye bye.